Hello everyone, welcome to General Lando 327 plays Tales of Grace's F, Episode 5. Last time we met up with Richard in Verona, the capital city, and walked around town for a bit, and then agreed to meet up at the Verona Royal Sanctuary to try to sneak into the palace, and he didn't show up. So we ventured into the sanctuary on our own and into the Verona catacombs. At the end of the stream, we were to the point where I needed to do a little bit of grinding in order to get the bestiary, the soul orbs for a couple of the monsters, the two that are in this area, the bat that I have up now, and the rat specter. And you can see I got the stars filled in for both of them, so we don't have to worry about trying to track those down later for completion. Which means we can move forward.
What is it, Sophie?
This place is dangerous. It's not safe to be here.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of cool things are going to happen this episode.
Huh? What the heck?
Although we have to go through a not so cool boss battle to get here. Before we actually tackle the boss here, take a look at the entry for the enemies that we're facing on the screen. So these are normal bats, except you see at the bottom of their little entry thing that it has group resonance. Sometimes when you get a boss fight and it includes lesser creatures, it's because they're similar types, and if you don't take out the ones with group resonance, then basically what happens is the monsters all get stronger, or at least the common ones all are stronger because of the resonance of being of the same type during a boss battle. So those are going to be your targets first, and they're going to be a little bit tougher to take out, and they hit harder than they normally do. Normally I would have taken these things out in like one series of attacks, but the way that I'm leveled now, but ow. Okay, so now we're just down. Oh nope, there's still one left. Alright, so now we're just down to the boss. And it's weak against Strike, Beast, and Aerial. Well, we happen to have all strike abilities for our arts. So that means anything we do is going to be automatically hitting a weak point. So if we had all three of them and we're able to get all of them targeted in the same turn, it induces something similar to a break effect, which we'll probably actually see a little bit of next later on in this episode. But I'm going to stop talking now because a lot of things are going to happen.
The air feels dense. Whatever it is, it's getting closer. Asbel, it's not safe here. We need to leave right away.
There's nothing to worry about. We already took out the monsters.
Asbel, look! There's somebody over there!
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that...
Asbel, don't go over there!
Richard, are you okay? Hey, Richard!
Oh dear, what do we do now? Why did this have to happen to him? Saria, Hubert, look out!
Ow. What did Sherry ever do to you? Or to anybody for that matter. Except maybe cough on them.
What the heck is that thing? Stay back!
No, don't!
Game over.
be happening? I don't believe it. Sophie. You will pay for this. I will destroy you. Sophie. Thank goodness. I'm so grateful. Thank goodness you're awake. This is all my fault. It was a mistake. I shouldn't have brought you here. I'm so very sorry.
Hasbel, I think I understand. Back when we fell off the cliff. I understand. The reason why you were happy.
Sophie! Sophie! No! Wait!
It's over 9,000! Oh, wait. Wrong anime. Sorry.
Sophie! Huh? Where?
Asbel, you're awake.
Dad? Where am I?
You're home. You've been asleep for several days.
Where is everyone? Where's Sophie and Sharia and Hubert? And where's Richard?
Richard? I didn't hear anything about him being involved.
Richard must have made it back to the castle.
Sharia and Hubert are alive and will be fine.
What about Sophie? What happened to her?
She's dead.
Jim.
Sophie's dead?
Do you see, Asbel? This is a direct result of your careless actions. You wish to be responsible for people? Start with yourself. Start by changing your attitude and obeying your father. Become a proper lord and dedicate your service to the memory of that poor girl.
Is that how I take responsibility for Sophie? I need to apologize to everyone.
Sharia was quite worried about you. I suggest you look for her first.
What about Hubert?
You will not be seeing Hubert again.
What? What do you mean? I thought you said he was okay.
Hubert has been adopted by the Oswell family of Strata.
He's been adopted by the Oswell family? Wait, what are you talking about? What do you mean adopted?
I mean exactly what I said. He is Hubert Oswell now.
Are you insane? No! I refuse to accept this!
This was a very difficult decision, Asbel. I hope you can appreciate that.
This is so like you. You don't tell me your plans, you don't ask my opinion. You just do whatever you want and expect everyone to play along.
Asbel, I will not have you speak to me in that tone.
I'm done, Dad. I'm done listening to you. I'll take responsibility my own way.
Then what course of action do you plan on taking?
I won't become the next Lord of Lant.
Excuse me?
I said I won't become a Lord. I'm going to train at the Knight Academy. I'll become strong enough to protect everyone. I won't ever let someone I care about be hurt again. Sharia?
Asbel, what happened? I heard shouting.
I'm leaving.
What?
I'm going to become a knight. The strongest knight who ever lived.
No, don't go. Please don't go. I know Sophie and Hubert are gone, but I'm still here. I'll take their place. I'll never leave you.
You'll take their place?
That was poorly worded.
So you'll be my little brother instead of Hubert? You regained Sophie's memories for her, even though she's dead? Don't you get it? Hubert is gone, and we'll never see Sophie again. Never!
That's not... I'm sorry.
Damn it!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it.
I'm sorry, Sharia. I'm angry. But it's not your fault. It's all my fault.
Does that mean you'll stay?
Yes.
I'll help you, Asbel. I'll help however I can.
Sharia. I'm sorry. I know I said I'd stay, but I can't spend another day in Lant. Inheriting my father's title isn't enough. If I'm not stronger, I run the risk of hurting or losing someone again. I have to become strong to ensure that never happens. So that's why I'm leaving. I'm sorry, Sharia. Here we go.
Hey, excuse me. My name is Asbel Lant. Is anybody in there? I'm here to enlist in the academy. I'm not leaving this place until I become a knight.
What kind of Knight Academy in their right mind will take an 11-year-old, run away from home, who happens to be the next Lord of Lant, without checking with his father, the current Lord of Lant, to make sure it's okay? Yeah, you guys didn't think we were going to be kids through the whole game, did you?
Right. We will survive. Ha, now. Okay, Demon Fang. So
we've got a new set of arts to work with now. It's instead of just our base physical attacks, we have they call them A arts for the normal attacks and B arts for the actual like pseudo magic attacks. For some of the characters, it actually is literal magic, but. Alright, so I'm just going to set these up. I like to keep my abilities that do like horizontal damage in the left and right. In the left and right arrows, and then anything that's like, if it's going forward, which is what Demon Fang does, I try to put it in the forward and backward arrow, mostly for forward. Or I'll leave it in just the default. Actually, no. Usually I'll put it in the forward because if it's something that I want to think of as going forward for the attack, then I want it in the forward arrow. So now what we have is 2 sets of command trees. And we have new abilities here too. We actually have abilities that do other, that hit other weak points. So, we have some new things to learn. So what I'm going to do, let's take a look at this monster. It's weak to B arts, like it says on the bottom, and then it's weak against Beast, Strike, and Burn. Well, all of our A arts are Strike at this point. So, and I don't think we have anything that does Burn or Beast. So none of our B arts do any of those weaknesses. And our A arts, we have all strikes, except for our 4cc one, which we probably won't access in this fight anyway. And we don't have Beast or Burn. So basically we just want to keep using our 1, 2, and 3 A arts and not worry about our B arts at this point.
Strike! Not yet! Now! Not yet! Now! There!
While I'm here, you know what I didn't check was look at titles. Alright, so we still got our old titles. And then we did get a new title, Aspiring Knight. It automatically gives us the top 3 there, so the 2 boosts to vitality and 1 of the boosts to physical defense. If we kept going on that, we're actually not too far away from getting the other boost for physical defense. And you can see that the amount necessary for these abilities has jumped dramatically. Remember when we did this one, the 5th ability, Parry Heal, was only 150. Now we're looking at it. The 4th ability here is 400 away. I mean, at this point it's only 74, but still. So if I hit this again, no, not that one, so that number 5 skill is an A art that we have not learned yet. If we had learned it, it would give some other thing besides learn art. It would say like attack plus something, or however it decides to level that one up. So we have a choice between continuing to get the physical attack and vitality here, or we can do the physical defense and Wolflin Fang over here. So I'm going to switch over to this for now. We can probably finish this title in about the same amount of time that it takes for us to get Wolflin Fang over here. But I would rather get Wolflin Fang first and then to worry about boosting my physical attack and my vitality by 40 hit points. So we're going to do that. We also got some new gear. He now has a long sword, and each character has a unique item for them besides the type of weapon that they use, and in this case it's a scabbard. This is what allows him to use his B arts. Alright, so let's just finish this.
There! Let's keep
There we
moving.
go. And because I've used Dual Impact enough times, I already get a title for using Dual Impact. I'm pretty sure that's just static. You get it at this point no matter what, because this will be the first one that you get. Hey, we've seen him before.
Well done, Asbel. I see my worries about your first field mission were completely unfounded.
Sir, my success is due to your superior instruction.
You don't have to be so formal. Just keep doing what you've been doing, and we'll be fine.
Sir.
All right. Let's go over the mission briefing one more time. We are here to investigate Orlan, a village located on the far side of the forest. It has a population of about 50, give or take, mostly employed in forestry. A few days ago, the Royal Knights received word that the residents of Orlan had suddenly vanished without a trace. Our mission is to meet the Knights investigating the area and provide them with whatever assistance they require.
Understood, sir.
It's an unusual mission. Keep your guard up and be prepared for anything. This concludes the briefing.
Alright, first thing we want to do is talk to Malik.
I want to give you something.
Elith Mixer.
It's an Elith mixer.
We have some real battles ahead of us, so it should come in handy. I know you've probably trained with one before, but let's go over it again just in case.
Yes, sir.
So this is really cool. So basically what this does is... hang on. It won't let me do this without... I don't want to put saffron in there. What do I have that I have a decent... Let's put that in... Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Didn't realize it told me to do something specific.
That's it. Now let's return to the mission.
Alright, so what this does is you have an Elith bar at the bottom below the picture, and what it does is anything you put in here, it can either reproduce or it will like so now when I put this saffron in here, this is a fairly rare item. If I leave this in here as we're walking around, there's a 1.1% chance that it will create another one of those items. So it's really useful. However, in this case, the Elith that would be required to do it is 180, whereas I only have 150. So obviously you can tell that that's going to increase over time. I'm going to change it to something else. Another thing you can do is, see how I have 0 of this tan leather? If I put this in here, because I had it at one point, I can put any item that I've had at some point into this mixer, and it has a chance of creating it. Again, the Elith is so high in this, I don't, it's not going to help me. But I'm going to put some bread in there because we're going to need more of that for crafting things. And in this case, it says 99.9% production chance. So, so what it's going to do is, after a certain amount of time, it'll just start producing more of it. So this is a great way to get some items that you either had at one point and need to get some more of, or you can just leave like a single rare item in here and just let it keep trying to remake them. So it's pretty cool. So I'm just going to leave a couple ingredients in here now. And then this rice ball, what it says at the top there, instead of producing another one, if I'm in a battle and somebody's hit points get below less than lower than 60% or equal to 60%, that's what it less than or equal to, then it will automatically use a rice ball. Let's see. That's not. So this has my lowest probability of being made. I'm actually going to put that at the top. So the way that this mixer works is it goes from the top down. If there's... What? Why did I do that? No? Tomato, thank you. If there's an item that it could make at the top, then it will make the first item. If it tries to make an item and it can't make the item at the top, then it will try to make the second item, etc., etc. So I'm going to toss this rice omelet in here. And basically what this is going to do if I throw this rice omelet in here is, after a battle, as long as I have at least... Actually, I'm not going to do that because that uses a lot of LF. Yeah, I'll do it anyway. So basically what it's going to do is, after the first battle, when I use it, when I finish my first battle, it's going to automatically use this. And then, because my LF will still be above 100, above 75, which is half of that. So the first two battles that I do, it will produce one of these. And which... the reason I'm putting that one in there is because not only does it automatically refill some of my hit points, it also increases the experience starting from the battle. So, next thing I want to do is let's look at... Not that. Titles, thank you. Because we just got a new title here. So sometimes when you go into a screen, it kind of hides the other titles. This is going to be the new title that we just got for using... whatever that ability... No, it isn't, because that's a different one. They're down here. So these are the ones that we got for using certain abilities a number of times. In this case, like I say, I think that one you get automatically from the, finishing that first forced battle. And then the rest of these new ones were all there beforehand. Let's see. So there are... so the first and the last one here, I have these two B arts already. So if I do this, the damage just increases. And then for Wolfwind Fang, it would be a new ability. So what I tend to try to do is try to find ones that give me new arts and do those first. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one first to get Wolfwind Fang. And then when I do this, all three of them will give me boosts to the abilities. But I'll probably end up doing this one first to get, at least to get to Ice Dragon Flurry. Let's look at Malik's titles real quick. That's not what I wanted. Titles. There we go. So right now, Malik has... so that X-Bird is a cool ability. Basically what that does is, if he's being attacked by a bird type, then he gets resistance to it. there's an equivalent one that does damage to birds, specifically. We're going to go ahead and switch him over to this so that he gets parry heal before anything else, because that's a very useful ability. Let's see what else he has. Kind of playing a little bit here. So that middle one on this screen, bench HP, that's a very useful one too, so that if he's not in my active party during a battle, then after the battle he gets a little bit of automatic healing. So it's a good way to keep your party members topped up. Yeah, and his special item is cologne. So that gives you a kind of an idea of who this guy is. Let's go ahead and watch this skit.
Can't mess this up. I must prove my worth to Captain Malik.
Problem?
Not at all, sir. I'm ready to proceed.
Asbel, I'd like you to take the lead until we reach Orlan.
The lead, sir?
I need to see what you're capable of. If monsters come, I will provide support only. Remember that fleeing is always an option if things go badly.
Understood, sir. But rest assured, I will
I
not...
apologize if you hear
Don't be
background noise
foolish.
right now. Apparently
Knight must
somebody
always
decided
know when he's
to
overmatched. I will not think any less of you for it.
Regardless,
have a
I
nice,
won't
you know,
flee.
diesel engine running in my apartment complex.
Forgive me, sir. I'll make preparations to move out.
All right.
I can't lose. Watch your step.
So let's see what these are the exact same monsters that I just fought. So I'm just gonna do the same thing we've been doing. Malik is actually one of my favorite characters to switch to if I feel like playing somebody other than Asbel for some period of time. He's a little bit advanced strategically because his boomerangs only have a certain range, and then he has like pseudo spells. So that just automatically, my Elf Mixer just created one of those rice omelets. So I got the bonuses from that, which allowed us to heal and get some extra XP. However, it also lowered my Elith from 150 to 88. But it also increased my max Elith because we made something with it. So that's how that works. It will level itself up and unlock new abilities and slots and stuff. Oh, what do we got here? Plant, slash, and burn. Bird, strike, and petrify. So it takes a little bit to... So the plant one I can use my B-Arts on. Can't set no, those are automatically set. So if I can get my my CC gauge up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, then I could use Burial Blade. But if you look up top at Asbel's name, right underneath it, it says CC 5 to 7. That means the maximum CC that I can generate in a battle is 7, so I won't even be able to use this ability. The only other way I could use it is if I did some action to gain CC during a combo, which is possible, but we won't see that very often this early in the battle. I didn't actually want to why can't it? Oh, because I pressed the wrong button.
Oasis of Peril, full front, weapons of fury, rockland.
No one can stand before my blade.
And then it cooked another rice omelet because it was still above 50%, but it won't do it again. until I recharge my health anyway. So if I look now, it's at 26, which means it won't do the rice omelet again.
Let's get
Because
this
it's below
on the
50%,
way.
and that's the trigger for it every battle.
Flames are passing through.
Okay, moon down! Demon Fang!
Doom Spear, weapons of fury. Rock Lance.
We won't fail!
Yeah, I forgot about that ability in this game. It's been a while since I've played this particular title in the series. I forgot that as you progress in the battle, your health gauge fills, and then once it fills, then it will start constantly regenerating your CC. So we can still get that ability. It's just going to be, you know, basically only in longer battles at this point. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Go this way first.
Remember your training.
Okay, slash!
Flames are
Moon
passing
down!
through.
You won't live to regret
Rock
this!
Lance. This is what happens when you misjudge your foe.
Is it the same one?
Stand guard. Keep it
There we go. So now we've got an elf first here.
No one can
Which
stand
means
before
that basically I can use as many abilities as I want while there's an elf burst. You can just keep chaining the abilities for the most part. Because your CC gauge will continue to...
Remember your training.
Eat this!
Burst. Weapons
What? Anything useful?
of fury. Watch your step.
No one can stand before my blade!
Yeah, I figured that one out. Is he? Did he finish that title off and I didn't realize it? No, okay, we're good.
Remember your training. Watch your step.
So what I want to do here is change targets. This is
Moon down!
one that's actually weak against these attacks.
Cloak of ice. Breath of flame. Sunburst. Watch your. This is what happens when you misjudge your foe.
I can't lose!
Watch your step.
You won't live to regret. Okay! Gotcha!
Flames are passing
Demon
through.
Fang!
Searing heat. Weapon. Did we get carried away?
And there we go. My elf mixer just generated a tomato. So now we have one tomato again. It spent 10 elf that was left over to create a new tomato. So that's how that works. It's just a random chance while you're walking around. And let's see if we can equip that new gear. By the way, I know we can. So if I equip this gear, it'll lower my physical defense, but it will... C defense is the equivalent to... C attack and C defense is the equivalent of magic, because it's Krios based. That's what they do that. So my magic defense would go up, and my evasion stat increases substantially. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Then we can talk to the turtles here and see if there's anything we can dualize. Oh, and we can charge the elf mixer again. So let's go ahead and do that. And we've got a whole bunch of stuff here that we can dualize that we haven't had options to do before. So let's start with this. So basically, early on, you want to dualize as much as you possibly can, just for the sake of unlocking new things. Especially now that you have the Eleth Mixer and can reproduce things. Hey, we can make a grilled, or a chicken and egg bowl. Let's go ahead and do that. Because for Final Fantasy 15, we'd only be able to create like rice cups, but whatever. Alright, so the mixer is charged. So what I want to do now is go into my mixer, because I created another item that does HP recovery and increases XP. So I think it was higher than that one was. Yeah. So, but that one takes 127 Eleth, and in order to trigger it, I have to do a 30 plus hit combo, which is not realistic at this point. So I'm going to leave it just the way it is for now. Now, if I wanted to speed level my titles, I would want to use something like this that increases the SP earned. You know, I didn't look to see if you had anything interesting to actually, you know, buy. No, you don't. I'll buy a couple Panacea bottles just so I have them for status effects, but I don't think I necessarily needed them right away.
Hold on.
Yes, sir?
These are merino flowers. Combine them with water of absolution, and you have the raw ingredients for a holy bottle. Wait here a minute.
I've studied for 7 years, and I still didn't know that. Am I really ready to become a knight?
What's on your mind?
Nothing, sir. It's just you're so knowledgeable about everything, and it makes me doubt myself.
Knowledge for its own sake is meaningless. But this is information that can help you to protect yourself and others when you become a knight. Remember it.
Sir.
So we just happen to have Water of Absolution because we got it from the Sanctuary. So let's go back over here and dualize again. We should be able to. I go to noob, it's a little bit faster. There we go. Make a holy bottle. So holy bottles are basically like an enemy away thing. So if you use that, it'll clear the area of enemies, so you don't have to fight anything other than like bosses and set encounters. But
Let's do this.
and the opposite is called the dark bottles. Kind of makes some sense. Holy bottles, dark bottles, opposite effects.
It will take more than that to stand in our way.
So then we just made another rice omelet because I just refilled the mixer. Now if I cared, I would go refill it again, but I probably will when I clear the area out. I'll go back and refill my elf mixer again so that I have it for the next area.
Not yet. No one can stand before my blade.
Alright, so now we have a excuse me, I'm sorry, a shortcut back to the entrance area. Not that we particularly want it right now, but at some point we might. So at this point we are out of space for gels. So what I usually do, just so I can get... Actually, I don't know if I want to, because I think there's a title for not using gels to a certain point in the game. Normally what I would do is see if I can use the amount that I would get from it. And I said earlier at one point in this series that it's the magic number is 12. It's not. It's 15. I realized that after the fact, but it doesn't really make a substantial difference. So I actually don't want to use that. If I cared about, like, see, this is one of those things where I talk about being a practical completionist. I care about being able to get a chest. I don't care about the fact that if there's something in it that I could get if I discarded items. I'm not going to discard items just to get a chest that I might want to use later. Alright, so what I want to do is go refill my elixir. And then I am actually going to set up my mixture a little bit differently. Let's see. What was that pie? 12. Alright. So I'm gonna put the apple pie in there. Wait, what? No, not that one. Salmon pie. That's the one I want. 22. And that's 23. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is basically I'm going to toss in a couple healing items. And again, they go in sequential order down. So it's going to start with the salmon rice ball. And then if for some reason I have 22 eleth but not 23 eleth, then it'll make the salmon pie. But, you know, I don't think it'll really make much of a difference. But this way it'll allow me to potentially at least gain some it's not really experience. I don't know how they term the leveling up system for the mixer, but
Captain Malik, it's an honor to have you here, sir.
What have you learned?
Early reports on the missing villagers appear to be true. We found no trace of them.
It looks like there was a fire.
So it does. A bad one from the state of things. Any connection between the fire and the missing villagers?
We're looking into that right now. If you could lend a hand, it would be much appreciated.
You heard them, Asbel.
Yes, sir.
Is this the cadet we've been hearing about, Captain Malik?
This is Asbel Lant. Today is his first field mission.
It's an honor to meet you.
All right, let's get started. First, we'll split up and take a look around the village. If you find anything, let me know ASAP.
Yes, sir. What's that? I shouldn't call the captain until I know where that noise is coming from. Now, where did it go? Was that a dog? Or maybe a wolf? Damn! What the hell is this? We will survive!
Alright, so we have Weak Against Beast and Nova, neither of which we have. So cool. And apparently I can't do much damage to it. Cool.
Why can't I hurt it? I'm not about to lose here. Huh? It worked. All right. What?
Alright, so we got a new ability, and this one does Nova damage, which is what we need to damage this thing. We actually had it on Burial Blade, but there's no way we could generate enough CC in this fight to use that ability. So that's why they have to, you know, give us a gimme. So basically, we kind of just want to spam that attack at this point.
Okay, fall! Okay, die! What?
See, then my health mixer kicked in because I fell below 60%. Oh, I don't like that. So the fact that this is red means that he's got some kind of, you know, he's got an ability going right now. There we go. The blue breaks are good. Those are our party breaks. But red ones means that the enemy's party has one. Not a good thing, obviously.
Fall! Die! Fall!
Ow, that's not a good thing.
Okay, slash! Fall! 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 Die! Fall! Die! Pulled it off, somehow.
There we go. And we still had enough left after the battle to create a rice omelet to get the extra experience.
I finally beat him. But what was that light from my hand? What is this thing?
Did you slay this beast?
Yep.
Yes, sir. It attacked without warning, so I defended myself.
Captain, do you think this creature is responsible for the missing villagers?
It's certainly possible. I found evidence of wild animal attacks while I was exploring the village. This thing could have been part of a larger group, but we'll need more info to be sure.
You have our gratitude, Captain. I think we can take it the rest of the way.
Understood. Asbel, we're done here.
Thank you for your assistance, Asbel-Lant.
Of course, sir. I'm glad I was able to help.
Indeed. Your efforts may have unlocked the core of this little mystery. Captain Malik has chosen well. I look forward to having you in our ranks.
Now, this boy is no knight. Not yet, anyway.
Forgive me, sir. You're a lucky man to be trained by the captain himself. Do not waste the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the advice.
This ends your first field mission. Let's be on our way back to the capital.
Right, so we got Malik back. Thought we were supposed to get an art out of that. Or a title out of that. Yes, we did. So what do we get here? So this Nova resistance is actually pretty useful just because a lot of the bosses do Nova, especially late in the game. There's a couple of dungeons where the enemies primarily do Nova too.
All right, we'll head back the way we came. You take the lead.
Yes, sir.
Asbel, I was glad for an opportunity to see your true prowess. But I must admit, I was surprised at what I witnessed.
Surprise, sir?
That monster was ready to destroy you. But then you suddenly... Well, I'm not sure what you did. Why have you kept this ability hidden?
It's nothing I've tried to hide, Captain. In truth, I'm not sure how I beat the thing.
You could be ready for real action now. I might even have to challenge you to spar one of these days.
Did the Captain just praise me?
Alright, let's just... Oh, you know what? I may as well fill my mixer. Wait, that just re... Cool. I recharged the flowers again. And then I want to switch my mixer back up to the way that I wanted it in the first place. We're going to toss in... Let's toss in this rusted nail. Basically, I try to keep a couple small things that are low Elith and relatively low production chance, just so that except I need to switch those because but again, you want the one that's the lowest possible production chance at the top. So that it tries to do that one first, and then if it fails, then it'll move on to the next one. But that way, at least for a while, we can grow the Elf mixer by just having some random things to. Later on in the game, I'll use it to get like rare items, but for now. Hello, I can fight you.
Stand guard! Watch yourself! Don't fear! Did we get carried away?
In fact, I might be better off switching to the one that gives me extra SP instead of experience at this point. Partially because when you get new members of your party, they will have gained any SP that your party member has gained. So I think I'm actually going to do that. We're going to switch this to the one that gave me SP up here. The only problem with this is that I have to have lower than 50% hit points. The party has to have hit points less than 50% in order for it to be produced. So I guess I may as well just leave it the way it is then.
Let's do this!
We're just gonna get out of this area, and then the next save point I find, we're gonna end the episode.
Flames are passing through!
Let's keep moving.
Did he finish his title? Nope, not yet. There we go, we just got another tomato. Alright, I'll call it an episode here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know this episode was a lot of cutscenes and explanation, but now we're into the real part of the game, so hopefully it'll get a little bit better after this. If you liked it, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. And hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Have a great